Hello, I'm Cole with A1 Wildlife Service. Today we're going to talk about gray squirrel damage. Here in West Tennessee and North Mississippi, gray squirrels are active all year long. In periods of extreme cold, a lot of times the gray squirrel will stay denned up for 4 or 5 days, but they do not hibernate. They continue to stay active, so we get calls from all year long with calls. More so in the spring and the fall when they're having their litters. They access the house to go in and have babies, but we get the calls pretty much they're all year long. Typical of what happens when you have gray squirrels, the customer's going to complain of scratching in the wall, running in the attic, just typical noise in the house. When we come out, we inspect the house, we go around the entire perimeter of the house, we look at the soffits, the dormer, any gable vents, gutter lines. Those are the typical places where your gray squirrels are going to get in. Gray squirrels do billions of dollars of damage every year to structures, to houses, commercial buildings, stuff of that nature. They're chewers, they're rodents. The gray squirrel's teeth grow a foot a year. So if they're not chewing on something, their teeth will get so long it'll actually kill them. And this was all rodents. What do we have here? This is typical of what you're going to find here in West Tennessee, North Mississippi. A lot of times gray squirrels will chew on the soffit to gain entrance into a house. Once they chew a hole in the soffit area, you get moisture gets in there, you get a lot of rot and decay. So the soon as you can take care of it, the better. Because once they get into the house, then all the damage is done from the exterior, starts to be done on the interior. There was an article written previously that said that 25% of all house fires are attributed to rodents. That's your gray squirrels and your roof rats chewing on electrical wires in your house. So your house is the most important investment most people will make in a lifetime. So you need to try to get these animals out sooner than later, because the longer they stay in the house, more damage they're going to do, and the more it's going to cost you. If you can see this is where a gray squirrel has actually chewed a hole in this soffit area. So we know that. We've already done the inspection of the house. What we're going to do now is we're going to put a trap over this hole. We're going to seal up any other holes we find, and we're going to get the animals out of the house. Once we get the animals out of the house, we're going to seal up the holes, and we give you a guarantee with it when we're done, so that the animals won't be able to come back. We got a trap here. This is a trap, a typical squirrel trap that we'd use. It is a one-way door trap. The animal comes in the trap and he can't get out. We can catch up to 5 or 6 squirrels in one of these. It's got a clean out door. You pick this up, take the squirrels out, put them into another cage. Got another house that is typical here in Memphis, Tennessee. What we have is, if you look at the gutter line up there, squirrels will get in the gutter line and they'll run that gutter line, and from the gutter they'll start chewing inside of the fascia board. The fascia board is what holds the gutter up there. And what they'll do is they'll chew a hole in that fascia board to gain access into the attic. These people here were complaining of the same thing we've already talked about: scratching in the wall, the running in the attic. That's going to be the typical times, the typical complaints that they have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to climb up here on the ladder, and I'm going to let y'all see what we're talking about. Where the fascia board and the decking come together, you'll be able to tell and see the hole that these squirrels had chewed actually into this to get access into the house. If you look, you'll be able to see a hole right there. You see where my finger's pointing? There's a hole right there. That's where these animals, these squirrels, have gained access in this house. So what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and we'll put a trap up here. What we'll do now is we got a typical squirrel trap. We're going to place over the hole, so this way we'll get the squirrels when they're in the house. When they're coming out, we'll catch them in this, take down the trap, put more traps up here until we're sure we got all the squirrels out, and then we'll seal up the hole.